Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome back. Today is May 7th, 2018, and happy day. Welcome back. Happy Monday. First of all, I got a few things I want to fucking get off the docket real quick. This is episode 111th. That's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I number all these. I never put it out there, but this is the 100th, 11th episode. That's pretty 111. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's that. I'm up to 502 subscribers. So over the weekend, you know, we passed 500. I was at 490 something. Now I'm at 502. Very humbled. Thank you so much. Another thing, I mean, I know most of you guys don't know this because you guys don't know who the fuck I am that much, but for those of you guys that know me, have been knowing me for years, you know, way before I started doing this shit, I used to be like Bertha. And it says like I used to play football back in high school and the whole thing. I was a chef, so for like my whole fucking life, you know, I weighed like almost 300 pounds, like 280 pounds, and now, honestly, just changing my fucking diet. I'll talk about this at some point if anyone really cares, but by just changing my fucking diet, just what I eat, not the amount, only what I eat, I've been able to just drop the weight, and not just drop the weight, feel like a zillion times better, healthier. Definitely don't feel like Bertha anymore. That was no bueno. But I don't know, I feel like I never talk about that shit, but like a lot of people that, you know, that know me, you know, and watch my videos, haven't seen me in a long time, constantly, or talk, you know, bringing that point up, and it's been so long, it's been a while that I just forget, and it's been such a gradual thing that I just forget. Like, I'm definitely like the lightest I've ever been my whole life. Like I'm at 180 or some shit like that, which is pretty fucking nuts. But again, I feel a million times better, and it's all by eliminating, you know, things like, you know, just wheat, you know, anything like gluten and all this, you know, all that poison that we fucking eat every fucking day. All right, that's it. And don't trust me, I still, you know, I don't treat my body like no fucking temple, I'll tell you that. But I definitely don't eat fucking Cheetos and pizza every day. I stick to cheeseburgers. Well, it's protein. Anyway, just, okay. So who cares? Enough about me. Let's get on to the episode. I'm gonna see if I can make this short, keep them all a little shorter, you know, than usual, because I already know I'll go long just for no reason at all. So we're gonna keep this one short. I got a little list of things. Let's just cover real quick. Now, let's talk about real quick before we get on topic. Because we're gonna talk about Litecoin, oil, a bunch of shit. Okay, so real quick, you know, let me just touch on you know, the little maker school situation I'm trying to get going. Now, the reality is I gotta get the fuck out of the place I'm at because my roommates are, you know, they're just moving back east, so I gotta find a place to go. So I was trying to see if I can find a place so that a bunch of like-minded individuals like myself and you guys out there, whoever the fuck is interested, we know, could get together and like live or be in the same kind of environment. There's a place down that I heard about this weekend. I didn't get to make it, but they had like a opening in, where the fuck is it? Oh, like about an hour and a half away, like in Manhattan Beach, all the way down south of LA County. And you know, it was like a crypto space meetup area where, you know, incubator type, business type area. Anyway, it seemed pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put the link down there for you guys so you guys can check it out. Seemed awesome. I'm gonna see if I can check it out next time I'm in that part of town and so forth. I'm going to a crypto meetup. On a side note, I'm going to a crypto meetup tonight. It's something that they advertise out here in LA, some down in Santa Monica. It just seems like it's just regular people that meet up, etc., etc. So I'm gonna see if I can make it down to that. I probably won't record because that'll be a little weird. I don't know any of these people. It'll be my first time there, but I'm definitely going there to network, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to bring somebody back and interview them one of these days, and so on and so forth. And if you guys are down there or in the city today, you know, just hit me up and I'll tell you where the meetup is. But again, if you just go to meetup.com and just type crypto meetup in LA, it's the one that's happening in Santa Monica today at 6 p.m. I don't know the details, that's why. But again, I can get them real quick, and they're easily accessible out there for anyone that would like to join us or be out there or whatever today. So that's happening today. Okay, so, and as for the incubator thing, again, that's still happening and in the process, but I'm also in the process that, well, fuck it, you know what I mean? I might end up in like my own apartment. and continue building this. We're still going to build this, so don't get me wrong. I mean, that whole maker school, the whole tech school, the whole Silicon Valley situation, that whole thing is happening. It's something that I have been wanting to do for a very long time, me and my friend. So, you know, this is still going to happen. It's just the way I work. It's just like I'm very, you know, so a lot of times I do, you know, think that I can get things done like that, and a lot of times I do get things done like that. But, you know, as I've gotten older, I've also realized that it's not always the case. So, you know, I also have to, you know, control my behavior, control my impulses, and like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to work out. Maybe, you know, we'll push it back a little bit further. Not that it's not going to happen, just being realistic so that everything actually does work out. So anyways, now let's move on to the fucking news, all right? Let's talk about Litecoin. Let's talk about the crypto space, all right? We've been on a great, amazing fucking bull run for, I don't know, it's been a week now. This weekend was going great. You know, we had Litecoin hit all the way to 180, pretty close, right? I'm pretty sure it hit 180. I'm trying not to watch it too much, but and Bitcoin, I'm gonna see if I can find that other meme. But again, Bitcoin flirted with 10K, so close, so fucking close, but not quite. Now, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of what's going on has to do with, you know, in the sense of like the price went back down. So now this morning it's Litecoin's at 160, Bitcoin is like at 9,300, give or take. And so, you know, even Ethereum is dumping, as we know, because they're having SEC rulings today on Ethereum to see whether it's a security or not. And look, man, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I've said this a long time, for a very long time on this channel, and I've said it for a while. Double. But anyway, Tony Vase, if you guys are familiar with him, he also fucking said this the other day. And at the end of the day, like, Bitcoin is the only real cryptocurrency. Everything else is a fucking shitcoin for the most part. So we have no idea what the fuck is going to happen today. But if, again, no one thinks that Ethereum is going to be labeled a security, but what if it is? Exactly. So let's just see what happens. Again, Litecoin, I love Litecoin because Litecoin to me is like identical to Bitcoin, even though it's not the same. But, you know, it's in a sense, it's the same. Look what's happening with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and that whole fucking thing. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, anything can happen to any one of these things, okay? And especially when there's no one controlling it. So, again, there's no one controlling or protecting the whole Bitcoin name or whatever. So that's why someone like a Roger Ver can come in and just hijack the whole thing, or at least try to. We already see that he is failing miserably, all right? And they're failing miserably. That whole Bitcoin Cash is, at the end of the day, we're gonna fucking, you know, look at BitConnect like a nothing in comparison to what Bitcoin Cash was. You know, Bitcoin Cash is gonna be even worse. But the fuck do I know, right? We know. So, you know, let's jump onto another thing. I'm just jumping onto a bunch of subjects today. By the way, let's talk about art for 2 seconds. If you guys haven't seen the Childish Gambino, he was on SNL this weekend. It was fucking hilarious. But he also came out with a brand new music video yesterday. I'll put the link. I can't put the video up, but I'll put the link, and you guys have to see this shit. No matter what kind of fucking music you like, watch it. Just fucking watch it. This shit will fucking twist your fucking mind. I hope in a good way, because it was really, really well done. And within fucking 30 seconds of you watching it, you will be glued to your fucking seat to see the whole thing. Trust me, because I was showing it to someone yesterday that an older gentleman, never in a million years thought that he would even sit through the whole thing, and he did not want me to turn it off. So I would suggest you guys check it out. It's fucking awesome, okay? And, you know, it just goes to show you where everything is going, whether it's between Kanye, between this Childish Gambino guy, or, you know, just everything all around the world and how things are going. Now, speaking of around the world, I know I've said this before in other podcasts, in other vlogs or whatever, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm going to start talking about, you know, Latin American countries and start talking about blah, blah, blah. Listen, I really think I am. I really do think I have to, because there's just too much shit going on all around the world. And not maybe not necessarily Latin America per se and only, but I got to talk about what's happening in the rest of the world. I know I do, but when it comes to, you know, the geopolitical, you know, and the crypto thing and everything, because it's all very closely related. We got to remember that here in the United States of America, or in very developed countries, this whole cryptocurrency thing is just like a fucking speculation. It's like, you know, investing in fucking Apple back in the day, or internet stocks, or whatever the fuck, just bullshit. But in a lot of places around the world, you know, people are already using cryptocurrency, and trying to, use this technology or build around this technology in order to, save themselves, from the other governments or, the hierarchies, the hierarchies, but, the corporations and, the people that have the power, people have, their lives under control and all this other stuff. So, these things are already being used, and this is what's really pushing them forward more than anything, no matter what the fuck we think. We think that it's all us nerds, but no, not really. Okay, it's nerds and poor people. So let's talk about Venezuela and China, because look, I'm gonna tell you, like, I wasn't even expecting this morning, but when I was reading through Zero Hedge, and I'm not even gonna fucking, like, I do this, I tell you guys all the time, I go through the stories and mostly like blah, none of these things really catch my attention, but something did catch my attention, and I know it takes me, let's see how long we got. It took me 11 motherfucking minutes to get to the point. You guys are really patient out there. I appreciate you guys. To me, it's still crazy that you guys enjoy listening to me, but hey, it's humbling as fuck. Let me get to the story before you guys stop watching or listening. But anyway, the point of today's video, honestly, was the story that I read, and it was about the United States confiscating Venezuelan oil assets in order to pay a debt, and now China is going to be mad. So let me dissect that a little bit real quick. So as we know, Venezuela's only export is fucking oil for the most part. That's like its bread and butter. We also know that they're going through an economic fucking destruction right now, where, now to get a haircut, it costs like 3 bananas and a fucking 2 nuts, or whatever the fuck the price was, whatever the fucking article was the other day. So, that's what's going on there. It's like, well, why is that happening to Venezuela? What's going on there? What's causing all this turmoil? What's causing all this economic? Well, the reality is it's us. It's the United States of America, putting sanctions and creating all these roadblocks so that country can't survive. So other countries have come to the aid of a country like Venezuela and, like Russia and China, and they themselves have, given Venezuela loans or help or what have you in exchange for oil. But over the weekend, actually a few days ago, whatever, the United States ruled in favor of Conoco Phillips. If you guys don't know who Conoco Phillips is, they're one of the major oil companies, like Exxon, Shell, you name it, BP. So they favored a ruling in favor of Conoco Phillips, the oil company, and pretty much what the ruling said was that now this corporation has every right to confiscate property in Venezuela. So to confiscate oil, oil rigs, oil processing plants, or just oil fields, oil whatever. And they have the right to do that. And the corporation has already taken the steps to start doing that. Now, it's gotten to the point where the ships that were leaving port from Venezuela this weekend, I think it was, Venezuela had to tell them to come back to port when they were in the middle of the Caribbean, because they weren't sure what was going to happen. Because again, the reality is that they weren't sure, when they would get to port or halfway through the thing, that they would get confiscated themselves. That's fucked up. But anyway, so now, they can't. Now Venezuela can't export any more oil. Now China can't get that oil from there anymore. And now the United States of America is trying, or not trying, they already are confiscating pieces of property. And by the way, all this is legal, whatever that means, but it's all legal for them to do. And again, this is to the point where I keep bringing up over and over and over again, that when people think about the police force and that whole situation out there, not just in this country but all over the world, again, what the police are, I'm sorry guys, I don't give a fuck whether you want to hear this or not, but this is the reality of it. And you guys can look at it, Google it, maybe not Google it, but just fucking, really do your research and look it up. But this is the reality of it. What cops, police officers are, what these people are there to really just protect corporate interest. That's it. They're there to protect property. They're there to protect, corporations. They're there to protect, certain interests. Not us. They're not there to serve and protect us. Never. That's not what they're there for. Okay? Get that. You guys have to get that shit through your fucking mind. All right? They're there to just protect the law, which again is the law. They're there to protect the corporations. That's it. That's what they're there for. So, right now these entities are being employed and will be employed in future situations like this in order to take things from the people or from other governments or from whatever. So now do you understand a little bit like why someone in the military or the military itself would be the only thing that would have the interest of the people or the actual country itself? Because someone that's in the military, they actually went out there voluntarily to fight and die for our country, to fight and die for us people, okay? When a cop signs up, police academy, that's not what they're signing up for, okay? You gotta remember that. They're signing up for a fucking paycheck. So there's a big fucking difference, okay? So, a military person that's, literally like dedicated his life to protecting the lives of others, and all of a sudden they're back here and they're not necessarily getting paid for that. There's all volunteer work, and now the lives of these same people, the population, the family, is getting threatened again. You don't think that they're gonna fucking help and stand up for us? So don't think that there's a scenario like this already getting it's already happening in Venezuela. We've already talked about Puerto Rico and what's happening there, the same exact scenario where the police officers and that gang of fucking bandits are the ones that are protecting the government and the corporate interest, while the military, is helping, the population and, foreign militia and that whole thing. And again, these things, we're going to see these things develop in these countries as they've happened all over the place. But you got to remember the populations of these two countries, these two areas don't have guns per se, all right? They don't have the weaponry that we have here. So this is why it's a big thing to have the Second Amendment in this country. So anyways, yeah. What's happening in Venezuela right now is beyond sucky, sad, horrible, insane. What this country is doing is horrible to Venezuela. And again, we don't know who is the one that's doing this, okay? We don't remember. I'm still on the fence, like, hey, Trump is doing a bunch of great, amazing shit, but hey, he's still friendly with fucking Netanyahu and that whole fucking thing. So we don't know. We gotta see. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's whatever. So, we gotta judge everything once everything is said and done. We can't really, it's hard to judge as things are happening right now. So we gotta wait and see. But this whole thing that's happening, he might not have anything to do with it. And again, the people that are too concerned trying to fucking save the planet to, check on these rulings, or even know that these rulings are going on behind the scenes. Okay, the thing where the government allows Conoco Phillips to go to Venezuela and just take their assets, that doesn't happen, okay? That's remember, it's it's really a country that goes into another country and takes stuff, okay? It's not a corporation that just goes into a country to take things. Think about that. Just think about these things, in the world that we're living in, that these corporations have this power, this insane power to just go and do that, okay? And how are they doing it? Okay, think about that too. So because you gotta remember that they're not. These people are not gonna just willingly give these properties away or these things away. So what's gonna happen, and how is it gonna happen, and what's So all these things are playing out, not just here, but all of Africa. Africa is the whole continent of Africa is a fucking Chinese colony. People don't know that. Some people do. And it's it's too many things that are going on in this country, the United States of America. The powers that be are losing their grip on all this, the empire. And things are not pretty. These are not looking pretty, not just in this country, but all over the world right now. And we are officially in the transition. I mean, that's it, people, look, man, right now we're in that transition, the transfer of wealth, that whole scenario. Thing is that we don't really see it because it's the very beginnings of it. By the time that we hit a stock market crash or what have you, we would have already been in it for a while. Okay, that's just the signal for the people. But again, we're what is it? We got a gold star. We're we're in the honors class, so we're a little bit ahead of the people in the sense of we already know what's coming. and preparing for what's coming. So, but the reality is, it's right around the corner. So, let's let's end this video already, because I know it's already going too long. Okay, we're at 20s. Okay, we got a few. So, why all this is very important? Because again, all these things are what's going to signify, not signify, but all these are the things that when, for example, in this country, when oil starts going up in price, like it's already going up in price. But remember, that's how inflation, that's how they hide the inflation and doing things like this. So, when oil prices, gas prices start fucking skyrocketing a la 1970s, they're going to start blaming the fact that what's happening in Venezuela and what's happening, around the world and with China and blah, blah, blah. When the reality is, we have more than enough oil in this country and we produce enough oil to quench that thirst. But we can't rise the prices of everything across the board, because that will signify hyperinflation, signify to the people that the dollar's worth shit, and you already know where, that cycle, how it's going to end. So what do? They just raise the prices of a few commodities, and then they fucking blame it on the stupidest fucking shit. So oil's one of them. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Like at the honestly, like oil should not be fucking going up in price. It should not be like $80, $90, $100 a barrel. It should not. It will not. But it probably will be. And again, that's just hyperinflation. Not that it's worth that, because it's probably worth like 20, 30 bucks a barrel, where it was not too long ago. But again, with all of this, it's just going to put more use into the crypto space. It's going to, again, as time goes on in our space as well. So just because of the time that has passed by, more people will be using it. Other entities will start implementing the blockchain, and the use cases and the mass adoption will just keep increasing and just take over. But it's going to take a while. But at the end of the day, this is just a really slow, gradual process that we're all watching take place right before our eyes right now. And it's all the things that are happening, whether, again, just the mumbo jumbo that's happening, with the president and the lawyer and the Stormy Daniels and all this fucking shit, or what's happening behind the scenes, like the stuff in Venezuela, or what's happening in India, or what's happening in other parts of the fucking world. It's just a constant thing. Well, look at North Korea. The peace. Get out of here with that shit. You know what I mean? The stuff with Iran and that part of the world. And listen, man, like, I was just thinking about this in the car the other day. I mean, I don't even want to say this a lot, but again, I feel so free and so whatever that I do feel. And again, thanks to Kanye and other artists, that are really pushing the envelope, I do feel the need that we have to talk about these things. Look, I'm going to straight up say it right now. A good majority of my friends are fucking Jewish, okay? I love Jewish people, the whole thing, it's all great, wonderful, blah, blah, blah. In fact, in Miami, I grew up with a lot of Jews. And I've always considered myself, if anything, maybe like an honorary Jew, because of, again, I'm not trying to get to that Seinfeld episode, I'm not trying to call myself a Jew here or anything like that. I'm not. Who gives a fuck? The point is, with all of these things that are happening around the fucking world right now, especially the shit with Israel, Netanyahu, and just so many things pointing at that group as public enemy number one. Listen, if you guys don't remember this fucking movie from 100 years ago, okay, go rent it at fucking Blockbuster. And I'm talking about World War II, World War I, okay? And the whole fucking scenario. How one group of people were blamed for all of this, okay? And you gotta remember when fucking Hitler said, hey, and then where he was fucking, blaming them for everything. What was he blaming them for? The economy tanking. That's what started the whole fucking thing, okay? So please, guys, keep this all in mind as this gets worse, as this whole everything around the world and in front of you and all this shit getting worse, and this group of people will start getting blamed. They will start being the martyr, not the martyrs, but like the people that, again, like the World War II, it was the Japanese people. Now during this time, it's the Muslims again. Do not be surprised if this poor group of people, because again, just because a few entities, a few bad seeds did things, how the population gets. All of a sudden it's like, well, we got to blame somebody, so who are we going to blame? Oh, you're Jewish? Bam, we're gonna blame you. So we gotta be careful, okay? Because again, this is history, okay? We cannot repeat, even though we cannot repeat history, okay? This is why we learn from history, so we do not repeat history. So when all this happens again, and an entity above, or entities start blaming groups of people, and again, it's probably gonna be this group of people, we have to be very careful. Now, you gotta remember, in this country, all right, like it or not, you know, that group of people does control a lot of the media and does control a lot of things. So, we don't know. We don't know where all this is gonna go, but we have to be very careful, very vigilant, and very astute and aware of this situation. Okay, we are all equal. We all love each other. We all on the same fucking team, team human, and that's it. Okay, just because there's a bunch of bad seeds out there, and we cannot, you know, all of a sudden say that this group of people, they're all horrible, because they're not. Okay, they're just not. Okay, and that goes for everybody. Okay, whether you're black, Asian, Cuban, you know, from England, from fucking New Zealand, from fucking China, it don't matter. There's a bunch of good ones, there's a bunch of bad ones. That's it. So again, you know, this is where we're heading. It's a fucking, you know, it's just a giant ball of fucking crap. But at the same time, you know, being in the space that we're in, we're gonna fucking not just benefit from it, but again, also build it. And when the shit really does start to hit the fan and starts kind of settling, we're the group of people that people are gonna come to, okay? Because they have no one else, okay? Because we're the ones that are gonna be building the future, leading the future, creating the future. So we're very important, okay? Not only do we have to fucking keep doing what we're doing, but we have to survive this in order to survive the human race. And I know that sounds like a humongous, daunting, big task, but that's the reality of it. You know, we're almost at 30 minutes. So much for fucking short episode today. Anyways, guys, I want to end this on a fucking high note because it's fucking Monday. It's fucking awesome. Everything's going great. The markets are going to be fucking green. We're on a bull run despite everything. Remember, we got to look at the charts from last year, from other times and other whatever, and there's a gradual move, okay? So as long as we're, you know, gradually, you know, I got most of the days out of the week we're going up, it's all that matters. Remember, there's always going to be ups and down days, but as long as we stay up and remain up and remain going up. Remember, okay, every single day. So, you know, once we crack that 10K mark and we crack the, yeah, I think the 10K mark, I'm not going to go with anything else. We'll be fine. And I really do think that right now, things are maybe kind of on hold because of the SEC rulings situation, you know, with Ethereum and stuff like that. And, yeah, you know, I don't see many more roadblocks ahead of this. I think everything else has been, you know, green lights. I think someone's dying over there. Anyways, all right, guys. Thanks again for watching. I really love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, please like, please subscribe, please donate, please share, please everything. Please spread the word and comment and the whole fucking thing. Let's keep this going. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully with some briefing or some cool news or anything from, you know, the event I went to last night. Or whatever, just the news as usual. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys mañana. Smoke them if you got them. Oh, by the way, I got a really good review. Someone actually went to go check out the store, and they fucking loved it. See? Told you. All right, guys. By the way, I got to go later today. I'm already running low. Bye.